What's up, everybody? It's your girl D here with 8th House Energy, here to do a collective read. I hope all is well in the 8th House community. Today is the Lionsgate portal, August 8th, as well as the new moon in Leo. So make sure you do your manifestations in reference to whatever it is you desire, but specifically if you can look at where Leo is in your chart, whatever house Leo is in, if you do affirmations or manifestations in reference to the energies of that house, it will be extra potent as far as what your manifestations are, as far as them coming to pass. But let's see what we got going on here. Let's see what kind of messages come out for the collective. Messages for the collective. What do they need to hear? Messages for the collective. We got the King of Cups energy, which is Scorpionic energy. Messages for the collective. What do we need to hear? We got the King of Swords in reverse, Aquarius energy. Messages for the collective. What does the collective need to hear? Okay, the Lovers came out, Major Arcana of Gemini, and then we have the Ten of Cups in reverse, which is Pisces. There we go. All right, messages for the collective. So we have the Three of Pentacles in reverse, Capricorn energy, the Nine of Wands, which is Sag. Seven of Pentacles in reverse, which is Taurus. Six of Pentacles reverse, more Taurus energy. Queen of Cups in reverse, which is Cancer. We need one more for the collective. Thank you. We have the Four of Cups in reverse, more Cancerian energy. Overall energy for the read is Justice, Major Arcana of Libra energy. Okay. Well, the first thing I'm feeling with this Justice energy is because we are in the season of karma right now, that, if you look around at people you look around what's going on in your life, if you're watching what's going on in the news and just around what's going on around the world as a whole, we see a lot of we're seeing a lot of karmic energy coming into play. And the karmic energy is basically going to depend on what has been going on in the past. On a spiritual level here, with the 8-8 portal, and we're at a point now where the portal is allowing us access from the third and fourth dimensions up to the fifth and sixth dimensions, as far as being able to communicate with other intergalactical beings. We see that, for those of you who are connecting and finding out what your gifts are and things like that, the communication is open. So if you're trying to connect with your higher, this is a great time for you to try to connect with your ancestors, your spirit guides, your guardian angels, your soul group of the benevolent kind. To see what you can find out as far as your gifts, to see what's coming for you in the future. We're paving the way for 2022. So, this is a really interesting time right now. I would suggest you do some additional research to find out how to use these benefits these energies to help you. But we're definitely in a time of reckoning here, a time of karma. And so justice is going to be served. Now, I feel as though there are people who are at crossroads right now. They're about to make choices, major choices, in reference to the different types of communications, different types of relationships you have, whether it's with family members, lovers, friends. There are major choices being made. And because of these karmic relationships that we're in a spiritual warfare right now, where a lot of us are in karmic relationships. Those of us who understand what's going on. Now, not everybody's going to understand this reading, nor is it going to resonate with everybody. But for those who are in a spiritual war and you understand what's going on, this is the time where justice is being served. Karmic relationships are being realized for what they are. And now it's a matter of, okay, how do I deal with this connection moving forward? Because for some of you, you still have to deal with these people because you may have children with them. Excuse me. So I feel like the choices are being made as far as, okay, well, how am I supposed to deal with this person? Or should I even continue dealing with this person? Whether it's a family member, whether it is a marriage that's just fallen apart, and no matter what you try to do, it's not gonna go back to a place of peace. That's because it's not meant to. And it's going to be difficult for a lot of people who have family members who are karmic in nature to continue on with the relationship the way that it was. Excuse me, because these relationships are karmic in nature. And when karmic relationships come to an end, usually people separate. And so the difficult part begins when people don't accept the fact that the relationship, number one, is karmic. Because if they don't accept that it's karmic, then they won't accept the fact that, okay, this is why we're constantly arguing, because we're supposed to separate at this point. This is why we've been fighting for years now and things have never gotten better, because we're supposed to separate. So people are waking up to that energy, and they're understanding that. And they're understanding not to put any more time, energy, and effort into these connections. And so as a result, with the Nine of Wands in the center of the reading, you have people who are, blocking their energy. They're no longer going to participate or communicate with these people unless it's on a must, unless I have to. So this is what I'm seeing here, especially with the Queen of Cups in reverse and the Four of Cups reverse. It's like, no more am I going to be giving my time, energy, and effort to a relationship or a connection where I'm the only one who is not getting my emotional needs met. With the Queen of Cups in reverse here, it's like you're the only one not getting your needs met in this dynamic. Or that's just certainly how you feel about it. And so instead of you continuing to fight for it, because some of you, your patience is worn thin with the Seven of Pentacles. Your patience is worn thin. And it's just like, I've done everything I possibly can. Now I have to make a choice with the Lover's energy, because with the Ten of Cups in reverse, this is no longer working. It's no longer working. There's no happiness here. And so with the Four of Cups reverse, I'm tired of being upset. I'm tired of being depressed. I'm tired of being frustrated. For some of you, in an extreme level with the Four of Cups in reverse, you may have had a meltdown of some sort. Some of you, as a result of that meltdown, you could be doing things like drinking, smoking, overeating, overindulging, and what have you. Okay? Yeah, because I have like 16 pentacles here. I have the Seven of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles, and then I have the Three of Pentacles. All of them are in reverse. So 16, the number 16 major arcana is the Tower energy. And the Tower energy in reverse, because the pentacles are all in reverse. So with this Tower energy in reverse here, it's like you're guarding yourself with this Nine of Wands because you're trying to avoid, for some of you, an emotional breakdown with the Queen of Cups reverse and the Four of Cups reverse. Because the four and the 4 and the 1 is 5. With the Five of Cups energy, that's the energy of being depressed. That's the energy of being like, this is how they came out. Okay? The Queen of Cups, that's 1 cup, and then you have the Four of Cups. That's 5 cups. Right? So if you think about the Five of Cups energy, the scorpionic energy of the Five of Cups, that's in grieving. That's being in a sense of grieving, a sense of loss. Depression. But keep in mind with the Five of Cups also, it's an energy of the, stereotypical crying over spilt milk. Meaning that no matter what you did, no matter how much work, energy, and effort you put into this connection, into these connections, you still didn't get what you wanted out of it. So now you have to make the choice as to, am I going to continue to fight for this or not? You're already at the Nine of Wands. Ain't too much more fighting you can stand or tolerate. So some of you are just realizing that, you know what, this is a waste of time. And that's where I was getting at with that Five of Cups in reverse. When you have the Five of Cups upright, that's crying over spilled milk. That's crying over people who, no matter what you do, no matter how much work or energy you put into the connection, it's just never going to work out again. And that's because it's karmic in nature with the lover's energy there. And it's time for it in the Six of Pentacles in reverse. It's time for it to come to an end. So a lot of you were fighting for a connection that just, it was, like I said, it was over. It's been over for a long time. And that's what I get with just this side of the cards. Now we're going to look at this side over here. So yeah, like I was saying with the 16 Pentacles here, that's number 16 represents the Tower energy. Some of you were, trying to avoid the relationship falling apart, doing everything you possibly could do. People pleasing, being disrespected, your emotional needs not being met. And it's just, it just became too much. Now, I feel like for a lot of you, you realized in some regard, in some respect, there were multiple connections in your life where it just wasn't working out. And for some of you, you got to the point where I feel like you're questioning if it was worth it. Was it worth it all this time? Like, for some of you, it's about your self-value and your self-worth with the Six of Pentacles plus the Three of Pentacles both in reverse. That's the Nine of Pentacles. That's looking at a situation and confirming, we know the Nine of Pentacles stereotypically is somebody who's independent, able to take care of themselves, but it also has to do with worth and value. Self-worth, self-value. With the Queen of Cups in reverse, she's usually somebody who, she can be emotionally needy. And for some of you, your emotional needs were not being met. And that's why you, with the Nine of Wands here, you stayed in this connection. But you stayed to the point where you were undervaluing yourself. Okay? Undervaluing yourself with the Nine Pentacles here. Because with the Six of Pentacles, you're putting in work and you're not getting anything in return, or, you're putting in more work than anybody else. Speaking of Three of Pentacles in reverse, you're putting in more work and nobody else is. So then it became a matter of, okay, well, what is most important? What is it that I value? Do I value myself? Because that's what the choice is all about. Before you stand your ground with this Nine of Wands. It's like, okay, what about me? And some of you realize that no matter what you do, these people are never going to be concerned about you. Some of you, your health is declining. Okay? Health is declining. Because the Six of Pentacles in reverse, to me, that talks about issues with health. Because that reverts down to the Five of Pentacles. Issues with your health. And so, for some of you, you've been not speaking up with the King of Swords in reverse and the King of Cups energy. You've not been really speaking up about, for some of you, what it is that you want and what you need. And if you have, with the King of Swords energy in reverse, these people have not been being honest with you about what their intent is. That's because that's not what they're supposed to do. They're not supposed to be honest. You're supposed to, with your intuitive abilities and understandings, recognize that this person is not going to give you what you want, no matter what you communicate, no matter how you communicate. They're not going to be honest with you. They never have. And for some of you, that's a hard pill to swallow. You're constantly voicing your need. Actually, I don't even see any swords out here except for this King of Swords reverse. So for a lot of you, you were just assuming that these people were going to just give you what it is that you need because you give to them. That's an assumption a lot of us make, and it puts us in jeopardy. Assuming that, oh, well, I'm a nice person, so you must be too. That's not how this world works. Some of y'all are realizing that now. Some people, well, of course I want to be known as a nice person. I don't want to be known as an asshole, or that's not how this world works. Contrary to what you believe. We already know nice guys finish last. And see, what you have to understand is what nice is. Nice is, oh, it's okay. I know this is what nice is. Somebody gets in line in front of you. They see you standing there in a grocery store in line. But they get in front of you. And you don't say anything. You just allow it. That's being nice. That's what some people, well, I'll just be nice. I won't say nothing. That's not being nice. That's being a pushover. Understand the difference. Excuse me, I was here in line. Oh, I didn't know. Okay, did you not know? And I'm standing here in front of you. Do you not see me? Some of you wouldn't have said anything. That's that Nine of Pentacle energy in reverse. You have a right to be here in this world. You were born here. Okay, you were born. You're a physical entity. How can they not see you? Command your respect in this world. Command your place in this world. Don't allow people to walk all over you and treat you as if you don't exist. And some of you, as a result of you being that way, you weren't communicating with the King of Swords reverse. You were not communicating. And what you were doing is you were hiding all your emotions and how you felt. And then you wonder why these people continue to do you the way they do you. Some of you were not speaking up. Some of you are to the point now where you are speaking up. And the crazy part about it is some of these environments and these relationships have gone on for so long that now that you're speaking up, these people are like, wait a minute, what are you talking about? Because psychologically, you've been programming them to continue to treat you this way. So now that you're changing, they're looking at you like, wait a minute, I saw nothing wrong with the way I was treating you because you didn't say anything about it before. Now all of a sudden there's a problem. Now I'm supposed to change how I talk to you. Literally, this is how these people are thinking. And then you're wondering why. At this point, it's like, okay, once they give you that energy, whether they actually say it to you or not, because they're not going to say that to you. But this is what's going on, and you know this because when you address it finally, what goes down? There's an argument. You guys stop speaking for a minute. And then maybe for whatever reason you start communicating again, and then you realize the energy continues to happen. Now you're getting to the point where it's just like, you know what? I'm tired of this. Where's my justice? And you keep trying to work it out. You keep trying to work it out. I'm trying to pick up the cards. But it don't work. Because like I said, you've already programmed these people on how to teach you because you've just let them do whatever they want for a period of time. So now that's how they know you. The nice guy. The nice guy can't change. Because number one, if they don't see anything wrong with the way that they were treating you, because for some of you, you just didn't say anything. Most of them knew what they were doing. This person knew, like I said, when they stood in line in front of you, they knew you were there. How the hell do they not see you? Like, am I made of glass? Like, what is it? It's just, this is how people, the energy, sometimes the energy you give off. And then you have some people who just don't give a shit. And those are the people you're going to have to, excuse me, hello, I was standing here in line. And what can they say at that point? I'm sorry, I didn't see you here. Okay, well, I'm here. The line's behind me. You got to stand your ground. You cannot let people walk all over you. And this is what you guys are learning here in reference to, okay, where's my justice? Because I can't go on emotionally like this anymore. I can't. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm not sure why this happened. I'm not sure where this began. I'm not sure what's coming up next. Some of you are afraid to stand your ground. But until you do, with the Five of Pentacles in reverse, things are not going to get better. You have to stand your ground. Period. With these people. You made the wrong mistake in the past. Being a nice guy. Being the nice guy. Being a nice girl. Oh, okay, it's okay. Yeah, they were disrespectful, but I didn't say anything. Or, yeah, they knew I was coming, but, they left me anyway. Or whatever disrespectful behavior that's been going on. Whether it's in your family dynamic or in your relationship. It's time to stand your ground. And some of you, you are. Okay? It's time to stand your ground. Your beliefs, your values. You belong here. You have a right to be here just like everybody else. And unfortunately, in this world, sometimes you may have to be verbally confrontational. You don't always have to be physically confrontational, but God damn it, you have to let people know they cannot walk all over you. Now, some of you, it may take some time for you to wrap that around your head. But you can no longer walk around in denial, because what it's doing is it's stressing you out. You're the only one stressed. If these relationships continue the way that they were and you passed away, people would not know how angry and frustrated you were on the inside, because for some of you, you refuse to express yourself. You refuse to verbalize how you feel. So this is where taking responsibility for your actions in a situation comes in. This is where taking responsibility for your actions comes in. A lot of people will just be in victim mode for the rest of the day. Oh, they did this to me. They did that to me. What did you do? Did you say anything? Did you say something to them about it? Did you express how you felt? Well, I just assumed that they should know because... That's not how any of this works. You have got to communicate. And you can't be waiting 3 and 4 days afterwards to do it. Because once you understand that, or until you understand that, the cycle is just going to continue. The only way for this cycle to be wrapped up, here it is. Everything fine in reverse. You got to let that go. You have to understand, okay, yeah, I made a mistake. I confronted these people about it. They still treat me like shit. It's time for me to block them. I can't go on like this anymore. I'm not going to lose my mind. I'm not going to lose my mind and literally go insane. I'm not doing that. My health is not going to be in jeopardy anymore. I'm not doing that. I am going to stand my ground. And if that means that I have to find other people to connect with, and I have to leave these people behind, then I'm going to have to take a long, hard, sobering look at what went down, and that's what I'm going to have to do. Now, if somebody is actually sincere in their behavior, and they come to me after a dispute, after I've expressed my feelings and what's going on and how I felt, and someone comes and says, you know what, I'm sorry. I realized after we had a conversation what was going on as far as the way that I was talking to you, the way I was communicating with you. I realized that, I didn't know you felt that way. I didn't know that that's what was going on within you. I didn't know that's how you felt. But now that I understand, okay, I'm sorry. Now, you'll have a few people, very few of them, who will see it that way and who will decide, okay, well, let's move forward. The majority of them are going to fight with you. You're going to go your separate way. They're going to come back around and apologize. But what's going to happen is, with the hangman energy in reverse, they're coming back on some betrayal shit, on some deceitful shit. Because, again, how they're feeling is, how dare you stop communicating with me or telling me that I have to treat you a certain way when they've been treating you this way all this time. So now they're looking at you like something's wrong with you. You're the one who's deceitful. You're the one who's betrayed. So here they come again. They're going to come and apologize, but they're coming back to do the same shit. Because they refuse to respect you. The Nine of Pentacles is also about respect, self-esteem, self-value, self-worth. And when someone refuses to respect you, remember what I told you with the Nine of Pentacles upright versus reverse? When someone refuses to respect you and you continue to deal with them, what do you think's going to happen? You're the only one who's going to sit here and be confused and frustrated, trying to make sure that you don't hurt their feelings too, but yet yours are hurt. Why must you be the only one hurt? Because your emotional needs are not being met, and you after you've expressed that, but yet your needs are still not being met. Now it's time for you to exact justice and move away from the situation, because your emotional, spiritual peace of mind is at stake here. Nobody can bring you happiness but you. You have to understand that. It's bullshit thinking, oh, he completes me, she completes me. Then something's wrong with you. If somebody else has to come into your life to complete you. And that's a hard pill for a lot of people to swallow. Because this 3D realm teaches us that we're not complete unless we look outside of ourselves for something. And you got to change that mindset, because you're never going to be 100% happy with anybody thinking that somebody else has to come in and complete you. Because then you're going to be walking around feeling incomplete the rest of your days. What if you have to be single for a few years? What, are you not complete then? You're not a human being then? You don't matter now? You're not important? You got to get rid of that toxic mentality. You have to. And you have to separate from people, ideas, places, and things who tell you that you have to look outside of yourself. All you have to do is look within. The hermit knows this. When the hermit is upright, the hermit knows all I have to do is look within. The hermit knows this. So we got a lot of work to do on ourselves. We have to focus on what is important, what's missing, what is it that we feel we're lacking, that we had to put ourselves in a position where we allowed other people to disrespect us because of what? Because they were family? What? Because we're married to this person? What? Because we work with this person? Because this is our adult child? Like, what is it? This is where you're going to have to do the work. And this is where a lot of people give in and they cave in because they don't want to accept their responsibility. What did I do in this situation to make it happen the way that it did? That's why half people don't heal. That's why half the people keep going back out here connecting, looking for somebody else to fill their void, to complete them. Because they don't want to do the work themselves. If you can't do the work for you, how the hell do you expect somebody else to come in? They got to do the work for them, and then they got to do the work for you. That makes no sense. If you want a solid, stable connection, you have got to do the work. You have got to be able to be comfortable being single the rest of your days on this planet and being happy with you. And if you cannot honestly sit down and say that, then you do not need to be in a relationship with anybody. Because relationships are connections where you should be willing to give to a person. Some of you already are at that point, but you don't know when to turn off that giving faucet and receive. Because for some of you, you're taught to just give all your energy away because that's what you're supposed to do in a relationship. No, it's supposed to be even. It's give and take, give and take, give and take. No relationship should be 60-40 for years at a time. I'm sorry, that doesn't make any sense to me. No relationship should be 70-30 years at a time. I'm sorry, that doesn't make any sense. Here's 60. Like, anyway. So, with the Ten of Swords energy in reverse here, this is, letting go of the pain as well. Some of you have not taken time out. You hop right into a next relationship before you even take time to heal. You have got to heal. You've got to be able to be okay being alone by yourself for at least a year. Not being in a relationship and being okay with that and not thinking something's wrong with me because I don't have anybody. Something's wrong with me because I don't have any friends. Something's wrong with me because I don't have family. There's nothing wrong with you. You are perfect just the way you are without anybody acknowledging your presence or, you being in a relationship with someone. It's okay to be single and it's okay to be by yourself and it's okay to not have friends for some time. It's okay. You have got to be a little bit more secure in yourself because when you feel like you got to have somebody around, this is when you get into situations where you're manipulated. When people are easily able to manipulate you. Excuse me. Because you're not guarding and protecting your energy. Do you think the emperor or the empress has a lot of friends? Forgive me, guys. Sinus drainage. Do you think the empress or the emperor, in order for them to run an empire, to run a business, you don't have a whole lot of friends? contrary to what popular belief is. They have to work and they have to bust their butt and they have to prioritize. If they're too busy giving their energy to anybody else, how can they be empress? How can they be emperor? You can't. You have to learn balance. The empress, she can balance everything. Okay? Well, this is basically what goes on in your heart and your spirit, the feminine part of it. But you can balance everything. In your heart and your spirit, you're balanced. You're not in relationships and connections where you're giving way more than you're getting. And if you are, then you will express that. And if these people still don't give you what you need, first of all, you need to know what you need and why you're even allowing these people in your life. If you're just allowing them in because, oh, somebody likes me, there's another problem. So we got a lot of work to do on ourselves in order for us to understand the relationships that we want and to command the relationships that we want. You have to know who you are and what you want. And for some of you, spending copious amounts of time alone will help you to get that information. Let's get some advice. There's nothing wrong with spending time by yourself and and I'm not talking about, oh, well, I spent the whole afternoon by myself. You just came out of a major, you got to trust in the magic. You got to trust that the universe is going to speak to you. The universe can't speak to you when you're constantly bombarded around your friends or family, or you can't hear. You have to trust that the universe wants the best for you. And you got to sometimes be alone enough to hear it. All right. Yeah, be here now. Get out of the past. You cannot heal and move forward if you're still, oh, what they did to me, how they treated me. Wait a minute. Didn't you allow it? What did you do to stop it? This is the hardest part for people to understand. The hardest part. Because people want to be victims. You can't transform if you're still in victim mentality. It's not going to happen. And then you're going to wonder, oh, all men are the same, or all the relations I had were messed up, or all of this, all of that. If that happened years ago and you're still talking the same shit, you've not learned your lesson. You've not did that deep dive and went in and find out what it is that you could do different. All right, so that's what I got for you guys. I wish you guys the best. If you need a personal, I'm at 8thhouseenergy@gmail.com. Take care of yourselves.